Hi, my name is Reed Johnson, president of Lake Point Advisory Group. Today on our web series, we're going to continue talking about taxes. Today, there's three types of taxes that I want to talk about. Taxes on investment income, taxes on Social Security, and taxes on your IRAs. There are three types of money that you can have built for your retirement. I'm going to kind of list them in what I think are the most valuable to least valuable type of money in my opinion. The most valuable type of money is something called a Roth IRA. Why is a Roth so valuable? A lot of folks understand the idea of Roth is that you get to grow money tax-free, but there's two other things that I want you to consider. Roth IRAs are something that you've paid taxes on, but any future growth is tax-free. So when you pull that money out for income in retirement, that income that you pull from that is not taxable. That is very valuable. The second value to Roth IRAs is what we call Social Security, is the Social Security effect, which is Roth IRAs do not count towards your provisional income taxes on Social Security income. The third type of benefit for that is whatever is left in that account, any growth, any of the money in that account goes to your beneficiaries tax-free. So there's three really great values to this when it comes to reducing taxes or even eliminating taxes on Roth IRAs. The second type of money is what we call after-tax money, or in the investment world, non-qualified funds. Non-qualified funds are really valuable because they get what we call favorable tax treatment. What this means is that if you use the right type of tools when it comes to non-qualified accounts, you can get things like long-term capital gains, meaning that depending on your tax situation, you can be paying a lower income tax rate on that. The problem with these non-qualified accounts is we see a lot of individuals investing the wrong tools inside of them. Some of the examples that I like to show folks are things like CDs. Now think to yourself, what is a major problem with CDs right now? Currently right now, low interest rates. So you put money inside of the CD, you're getting a low interest rate on it. Then you have to pay taxes on that. It's taxed as ordinary income. And then if we put the inflation effect on this, you could possibly be going backwards on those CDs. The second tool that we see people using in after-tax accounts that could have you be paying unnecessary taxes is mutual funds. Mutual funds are an interesting vehicle, and while we use them in our portfolios and we think they're great as a tool for certain people, in after-tax accounts, if they're not structured correctly, you could be paying unnecessary taxes. The way mutual funds work is that when you're invested in a mutual fund, let's say that there's volatility that enters the market. Remember 2008? When the market's actually going down, think about if you're in a mutual fund and somebody else is in that same mutual fund, they got nervous about what was happening in the market. So what did? They decided to sell. Well, even though you didn't sell and your account could have gone down because of that market volatility, there's a potential that you could have got an actual tax bill at the end of that year. Why? The mutual fund manager is required to rebalance that account. And through rebalancing, they might have sold something that had a gain where you're going to get a capital gains distribution. Well, you didn't sell out of this fund and you could have lost money and still got an actual 1099 at the end of the year. So be careful when you're paying, if you're concerned about the tax rate you're paying, that could be one of the tools that could affect that. Other things to consider in your after-tax accounts are things like alternative investments. They're taxed as ordinary income for the most part, depending on which one you have. And then also bonds are also taxed as ordinary income as well. So we're not saying not use any of those tools, but when you're actually trying to build an efficient tax strategy, you need to consider what tools and the type of money, because remember, you get favorable tax treatment with after-tax accounts. The third type of money is something known as an IRA. In my opinion, this could potentially be the least valuable type of money that you have in your portfolio. A lot of people question me when I say that, because what we've always been taught is an IRA is you should invest as much money in it as you can, because when you put the money inside of an IRA account, you actually get to take that off of your current tax year return. It's not counted as income. So, and then the idea behind an IRA is when you retire, all of a sudden you're at a lower tax rate, and when you pull money out of that, you should be paying less taxes, right? Our concern with that is a lot of what my client's concern is and our firm's concern is what happens if tax rates are higher in the future. Right now we're at one of the lowest marginal tax rates we've seen in U.S. history, and there is a potential those tax rates could go up in the future. If tax rates go up, what's going to happen to the money that you've saved in this tax-deferred account that is all taxable as ordinary income? Well, obviously without a magic crystal ball, nobody knows what that answer is. But if that's a concern for you, and with IRAs seeming to be the biggest asset that families are now saving, even more than homes in a lot of cases, this could be a big ticking tax time bomb. So making sure that you understand how Roth IRAs, after-tax accounts, and IRAs work inside of your portfolio management is imperative to make sure that you don't pay unnecessary taxes and the right path to getting onto a good tax plan. If you'd like to get more information on any of these topics that we've talked about today, Roth IRAs, or after-tax accounts, or anything else in our web series, please feel free to give us a call. We'd love to sit down with you and give you more information.